Hi, fourth grade. You are going to need your week 5 California Indian Social Studies Weekly. You are going to be completing on the back page. You are going to be completing the crossword puzzle, and you're also going to be completing Match It Up. So the crossword and Match It Up, what I'm going to have you do is your answers to your crossword puzzle. I'm going to have you fill it out in a Google Doc. So you're going to put the words that you put for each number in the Google Doc like you have previously. And then for Match It Up, I'm going to have a section right below the crossword. It's going to say Match It Up. And then you're going to write what number you put with which letter. So you're just taking your information from the back of this wonderful page, and you're just inputting it. Okay, that's all you're doing. So you're doing the work on the paper, and then you're just quickly putting in the answers on the computer. Remember, I don't want you looking at the computer screen for a very, very long time, okay? So all of your answers are handwritten on this piece of paper, and then you're going to go, oh, number 1 is blah, 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 blah. Number 2 is do, 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 and you're gonna type it in your Google Doc, okay? All right, so first and foremost, with this crossword puzzle, the key to crossword puzzles is taking the clues that are in the hints and finding where it is in the text. So it says for number 1, across on your crossword, it says one of the coastal tribes. So you're going to say, oh, coastal tribes. Well, we learned a lot about California Indians, and there's a title in the middle page right here that says the coastal people. Okay, so I'm going to go there. Now, it didn't give me a specific clue or hint. It just said one of the coastal people. So I'm going to have to go, there's quite a few different tribes that they mentioned in the coast. So it says one of the coastal tribes. Okay, so now I'm going to go to one across. And I'm going to count how many boxes there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 letters in this tribe name. So you have to problem solve and see how you're going to figure that out. So for number 4, 5, 6 across, and 3 down, you have to go to the center, the middle of the newsletter under Meet the Californians, and you are going to find exactly which tribe they are talking about. Are they talking about the coastal people? Are they talking about the valley people? Are they talking about mountain people? Or are they talking about desert people? Okay, so you have to, the 4 sections, the coastal, the valley, the desert, and the mountains, those are the 4 sections that they're talking about, and they're grouping them, sort of like when the California is sectioned off into the regions. They're doing that with the California Indians tribes as well. They grouped them into sections, and they grouped them into sections because they lived differently in the mountains than they did in the deserts, than they did in the coastal regions, than they did in the valley. They all had different natural resources that they used, and that's just how they were grouped together by this section. That's all. And you need to find out which tribe they're talking about based on the description. So you have to find the tribes that hunt. For number 4 across, says tribes who hunted, gathered nuts and berries, and had warm, sturdy houses. So those are your clues. So you're going to go into the middle of the newsletter and say which tribe are they specifically talking about. Okay. Now, for number 12, one of the desert tribes. Number 13, one of the mountain tribes. Again, you're going to count how many boxes are on your crossword for 12 across. I'm going to count how many boxes 12 across has for the desert tribes, and however many letters for that, I'm going to go and look at the desert tribes and see how many letters are in that one. That's how you problem solve with the crossword puzzles, okay? Same thing for 2 down, one of the coastal tribes. 3, tribes who lived off of the sea. Just thinking, tribes that lived off of the sea. Remember, we have California land, and then we have the sea, and then we call that line right where the land meets the sea. We called that a special name. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Number 7 and number 8, you have to find one of the desert tribes and the valley tribes. Number 10, I'm down now. I'm looking at the down. Number 10 down. Throwing stick used to propel a spear through the air. Oh, I remember there was an entire section where it talked about a specific weapon used by natives back then, and now it's turned into a sport. So let me go back into the text that I have and see where they talked about that special weapon, because it wants you to say it's a throwing stick used to propel a spear through the air. So it was talking about a throwing stick. So I'm going to have to go back to my handy dandy social studies, whether it be there or whether it be in here somewhere. They talked about it. Okay. Now, if ever you make a mistake with the word, first double check your spelling, because you might have the right word, you just might have misplaced a letter, put the letter in a correct spot, or just did a silly mistake because you were just trying to go too quickly. Okay. If it helps you, like I said last time, you can cut your magazine in half. So it's in half like this, so you don't have to constantly flip it back and forth, okay? So that's just another thing you can do to help you. It's another trick. All right, so for match it up, the activity, you have descriptions on the side. So under descriptions, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 descriptions. Then you have to match it up with which coastal, or sorry, not which coastal, I just saw that word, which California Indian tribes you're going to match it up with. So for this, you're going to read the descriptions and say, well, number 1 goes with C, number 2 goes with B. So that's what we're doing here, okay? So you're matching these descriptions with these letters, okay? So on the Google Doc, you're going to have your crossword puzzle answers, and then right below it, you're going to have this here. Now, below that, you're going to have the secret word. The secret word for today is Mickey Mouse, okay? That's the secret word. Don't tell your friends. Don't tell your classmates. Keep it a secret. Let them do the work. The secret word is Mickey Mouse. You will get extra credit for writing that down, okay? So, crossword puzzle. Look at the hints that you're given, okay? Don't try and guess. That's not the point of this activity. The point is looking at the hints, finding where it says it in the text, and then implementing that answer, okay? It will help you in the long run. I promise you, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, you will have to be doing the same thing. So if you can do well now, you're gonna be excellent later on. It's just practice, practice, practice makes us better, okay? All right, guys, have fun with the crossword and the match it up.